Hey everybody! Today I've got huge news for all you Shiba Inu holders out there. This is the biggest cut in SHIB supply we've seen in a history, and it could be a major turning point for Shiba Inu. But here's the thing, some of you might be wondering, if the burn is so big, why isn't the price going up? And that's a great question. We're going to break it all down in this video, so stick with me. But before we dive in, go ahead and smash that like button and let me know in the comments. Are you bullish or bearish about Shiba Inu? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm feeling very bullish after this news. Alright, let's get into it. Today, we just saw a massive 45 billion SHIB tokens burned, completely taken out of circulation. If I check the data for the last 30 days, we were seeing smaller burns pretty much every day. But today, we got a huge spike. This means something's cooking, and nobody's paying attention to this point yet. Now, I know some of you might be asking, why doesn't this burn affect the price right away? That's a great question, so let's break it down. When it comes to Shiba Inu, we're dealing with a massive total supply. SHIB started out with almost 1 quadrillion tokens. That's 1,000 trillion. Even with today's burn of 45 billion tokens, it's still a tiny fraction of that initial supply. Sure, 45 billion sounds huge on its own, but compared to the quadrillions of SHIB that were originally out there, it's a small drop in the ocean. Now, in total, Shiba Inu has burned about 410 trillion tokens since launch, which sounds like a ton, right? And it is. That's roughly 41% of the original supply taken out of circulation. But here's the thing. Even with 4 or 10 trillion tokens burned, there are still hundreds of trillions of SHIB tokens left in the market. So why hasn't the price responded dramatically? It's because of supply and demand. For a token to become more valuable, it needs to be scarce. Something people want but can't easily get. But with so many trillions of SHIB still circulating, even big burns don't instantly create that scarcity. The market has tons of SHIB tokens available, so we haven't hit that point yet where supply is low enough to really create upward pressure on the price. So you're probably wondering, if all these burns are happening, when will it actually start to affect the price? Well, here's the thing. Each burn is laying down the groundwork for scarcity in the future. Right now, we're still not at that point where the supply is low enough to push prices up, just from burning tokens alone. But over time, as these burns keep adding up, that supply is slowly shrinking. Now, if demand for SHIB stays strong, or better yet grows, then that's when these burns really start to matter. As the total SHIB supply gets smaller and smaller, the demand for those remaining tokens could start to create actual scarcity. And that's where we could finally see a shift in price, because there'll be less SHIB available for everyone who wants it. So yeah, it's not something that happens overnight, but each burn is one step closer to getting SHIB, where the community wants it more valuable and more scarce. It's a long game, but these burns are setting the stage for something bigger down the line, and we need to watch these things carefully. This is indication that Shiba Army is active and something huge is coming. Now, let's talk about where SHIB's price is at today. As you can see, we've had some ups and downs, and currently at 0.16 mark. It's a price level we've seen some resistance at, which means buyers and sellers are pretty active here. This price action is just a reflection of today's market sentiment. It's not necessarily telling the full story about where SHIB could be going. With all these burns happening, I know a lot of you are wondering if the price will start jumping soon. Like I said earlier, the supply isn't low enough yet for these burns to cause a huge price spike. However, these burns are still important. They show that the SHIB community, the Shiba Army, is serious about making SHIB more valuable over time. Each burn builds momentum and takes us a step closer to a point where these tokens could be worth more. If demand for SHIB grows while supply keeps shrinking, that's when we might start to see real movement in price. But for now, it's about being patient and realistic. Shiba Inu is a token that could reward long-term holders, but it takes time. Alright, that's it for today's update. Let me know in the comments what you think about these burns. Are you feeling bullish too? Don't forget to subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, Shiba Army.